let's say you were 2 years into your relationship and you had to assemble your own flowers.
She wouldn't care.
I don't know. I'm just not that kind of person.
Alex is
It's an
happy she gets a
impossible
gift
question
at
to
all.
answer.
Yeah, I am
That's
not
an
a
impossible question. I don't know why I asked it.
I'm like, you can't ask me that because I generally don't like receiving. I like giving.
Are there...
Shut the fuck up, Brett.
Oh, boy.
Mic drop.
See you later.
Bye.
$1 million, but when you climax,
Oh, God.
Whoa.
I can't believe we're taking it to this level.
you barf in your mouth.
Yeah, I probably would.
I probably
All right,
would.
ladies, be warned. Brett may puke on you.
He's not getting this offer right now. This is a scenario.
No, this is based on things that will never happen, right?
All right,
Or-
let's
okay.
do it right now.
What?
Let's use this scenario.
Go ahead.
Let's do it right
So Alex and I
now.
watched Black Mirror. It
We
came
binged
out.
it.
Came
You
out
don't
last
binge
week.
it.
Do you not consider 3 hours binging?
No, I said on the precast, I'm saying it now, to be binge-worthy, I think has to be at least 5. Binging is not about length of time, I think. It's about number of individual things.
I think it's about a season,
How many episodes is binge watching?
Well,
According
we
to
just asked them.
according to Google.
a survey conducted by Netflix in February 2014, they need
That's
to redo
5
this.
years ago.
They need to redo
Yeah.
this.
Before
Nope.
binging really
This
took
is,
off.
yeah. It says 73% of people define binge watching as watching between 2 to 6 episodes. 2?
2? No.
No.
No. Okay. I think.
This just rendered itself irrelevant.
It did. That was a very dumb.
Throw your phone.
It was very subtle. Throw your phone.
I just got a Charlie horse in my thigh.
Oh, shoot. You okay?
You were gonna fart or
Do
something.
you need something?
Hey, where's your Charlie
Just give me
horse?
time. It's on the bottom of this thigh.
Hey, you can do this. Put your foot out. Put your
I
foot
can't.
Out. Do it.
No.
Put your
Oh, shoot.
Put it out. Now flex your foot up like your toes towards the ceiling. It looks like you're trying to take a shit.
What do you need to
Well, I
do?
don't want it to look like
What do you
that.
want to do?
I'm trying to put my foot over there.
Give me your
Help me. My back's to the camera.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're okay.
It's
You're okay.
ridiculous.
You're okay. You're
Let's do some
I'm doing some friggin' Christmas trivia.
You think it was him?
Guess I better hit the button.
You bet. Oh, you haven't hit the button.
Welcome back to the PTOUnlimited podcast. My name is Brett.
I'm Josh.
Alex.
This is episode 225.
So, Brett, I said this right when we were starting. We haven't been in the studio since the end of August, and it is the middle of September.
Mm-hmm.
How has your September been so far?
It's been fine. Pretty good, actually.
It's been cooling off. Oh my God, she's at it again.
Uh-huh.
Layla, are you happy?
Yeah, she's happy.
Layla, are you happy?
Don't antagonize her. Or would it be empathize or make her more happy, right? Empathize with her, that make her more, right?
No.
No.
Oh, that's when she's sad and you feel for her.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so loud. I wonder if that's coming through the
I
mic.
don't think it is.
You don't think it is?
I don't think it is. We
Okay.
have booms, so I don't think it would be.
So this it's been a pretty bland September until the past like few days.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, we've been actually dealing with our cat and Nymeria dealing. I guess it's not really dealing with now. It's already been taken care of.
No, we're still dealing with it. Until she's home and fully recovered, we're dealing with it.
Yeah. So over the weekend, we've been noticing that our cat had not been eating at all. I noticed that Nymeria stopped eating around Thursday, and I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to give it another day. She hadn't been jumping up on the tower. I've seen the food bowl's a little too full. I was like, okay, something's wrong. And I'm just going to mention it. And
I came home for lunch on Friday and saw like vomit, but I thought it was just a hairball.
Right, I agreed.
And then Saturday we were eating, and then she just went out in front of us and then just upchucked everywhere. And then,
Saturday?
yeah, that was Saturday.
That was Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday you were like, or else I would have taken her into the vet on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she just, you're like, oh, what is she doing?
Oh,
You
that
thought
was the
she
dry
was you
food.
thought she was scooting on the floor, and I was like, what are you talking about? And then she started doing this, and I put her into the
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I let her throw up in the kitchen instead of.
I'm not okay with this.
Layla's being a nuisance right now.
She is.
But yeah, I let her throw up in the kitchen instead of on the carpet, and then we ended up giving her some tuna, and then she ended up just throwing that up about 20 minutes later.
Right.
And then after that,
She's gonna be background noise and it's gonna piss me off.
Brett, just take it from her.
No, 'cause
No.
that'll make her more excited.
She think I'll throw it.
So we took her in yesterday and we had her have an actual like shot
We
that's
had
supposed
her,
to
yeah, she had like a
anti-nausea.
24-hour anti-nausea shot.
Give her
Took some
fluids.
X-rays, did some fluids, and
Nothing showed up on the X-rays.
No, it just made her. I guess the vet said she looked a little dehydrated, and that there was a small little pattern of gas that she didn't like. But other than that, it was kind of not bad. So
Yeah.
we took her home, and she's not supposed to be able to vomit through that anti-nausea medication. And I mean, sure enough, it was probably 5 hours after that medication was in her system, and she was just projectile puking everywhere. And that's not a good thing. And then her abdomen was really tender, and she was meowing really loud whenever I touched her. And she looked like absolute poop this morning.
Yeah.
So I took her into the vet, and sure enough, we ended up having to do an emergency
Surgery.
exploratory surgery.
She ate some of the stuffing from the bed.
Her and Layla's bed.
The bed. That brown stuff that you'd see
Yeah.
lying around, Brett, that we're like, oh, that's harmless. Namiria
Yeah.
won't get into that. She is the problem child.
Yep.
And we have discovered this over the past year.
Or not Layla.
Entire year.
Namira is not even a year and a half old, and she's already gone under the knife twice.
Yep.
One to be spayed, and two to be opened up this morning to pull out a foreign
She's
body.
like the animal version of your brother.
Oh God, don't say
Don't
that.
say that. I don't want any broken bones.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of, congratulations, your brother celebrating 1 year
I
with his
know.
girlfriend.
It's so adorable.
The one person we're like, there's no way. And then he found somebody and it's awesome.
And what was funny is, like, this time last year, before I even met his girlfriend, a lot of people were asking me, like, oh, does your brother have a girlfriend? I'm like, no, he's totally married to his Xbox. I don't ever see him, like, well, not married to his Xbox, married to his VR, actually.
Right.
And I was like, I don't see him ever getting a girlfriend, at least not in the near future. And then sure enough, like, he invites her over for a game night, and I hear a girl downstairs. I'm like, that's a girl. And Jake brought her over. Who's this? Oh, I work with her, is what he said. I work with her. Oh, okay. All right. Thought nothing of it.
Yeah.
No, sure enough. I don't know if you were there that night.
I wasn't.
You weren't there
No.
that night? They were sitting on the couch, and all of a sudden, like, I was sitting over to the right, and I look over, and they're at my left. I see Jake's, like, arm behind her, and they were totally, like, hiding, holding hands. So I scrolled back to the text messages that I was sending him while he was sitting on the couch, and I said, so what is that you're hiding? Is she, like, your BF, your GF or something? So he texts back, yeah, and I said, and when did this start? He said, about a month ago, ... I'm like, and how come I'm just now finding out about this? And then after that, they went outside. They went outside for a minute, and I, like, grabbed everybody, like, all the guys were over playing video games, and I was like, grabbed Josh, I was shaking him, like, there, he's got a girlfriend. I'm like, that's his girlfriend. They're like,
Yeah.
what? No, because it's, like, out of this world that my brother has a girlfriend.
We need to take that away from her and kick her out of the room right now.
Get up, take it from her, and put her to bed.
The bed's gone.
Yeah, the bed's going to. How about Josh? Just go grab the bed. No. Put her to bed. She's very happy that we're all here right now.
And by celebrating by being really annoying.
Well, apparently it's very funny because Chad on YouTube is cracking up right now, saying they can
Right.
hear her squeaking her toy.
Right. So my youngest sister has a Voodoo account, okay? And she shares her account with some of my family members. My siblings, I don't know, maybe my parents. I'm not sure who she shares it with, Brett. This story is pretty interesting. So she sent a message a couple days ago, a photo. It's a documentary that says it's called Boobs, An American Obsession. It's a documentary that's free on Vudu. Came out, I looked it up on Vudu, and it came out a couple years ago, and it's a documentary. She said, she's laughing in chat right now. She's okay, so this is awesome. She sent in the message with a photo of this. Who watched 40 minutes of this on my account? Nobody's fessed up to it.
I don't know. I looked into the description of it. I'm like, it actually sounds interesting. Maybe I'll actually take a look at it.
I think the conversation died. Like no one
it was
talked
like,
about it.
Kind of like nobody's gonna talk
Nobody's
about this.
gonna talk about this.
Crickets.
Very much so. So we're not certain who watched these 40 minutes about boobs.
How long was it?
I think it's an hour and a half. Let me look.
It's an hour and a half documentary about boobs.
They stopped halfway. Something happened at halfway.
Oh
open up the
goodness!
link.
I don't know. I kind of want to watch it though. I like documentaries.
Okay, it is. It came out in 2010. It's a 75-minute documentary, so they made it halfway.
So what's
Here's the synopsis. Why is our culture so captivated by this particular part of the female form? Boobs, an American obsession, is a revealing, humorous, often poignant investigation involving everyone from anthropologists to porn stars as we explore our culture's fascination with breasts. Yeah.
yeah? Okay, we actually. All right, your sister says on YouTube. We actually wondered if James, our
nephew,
who's like 3, 4,
yeah, could have
clicked on it and fast forwarded it.
I mean,
that's definitely a thing.
That's a thing.
I mean, I wouldn't.
But you know what? We're not going to give that the benefit. You know, someone was watching. No one's fessing up.
I don't know, but that's interesting. I'm not joking. I think we should watch the Boobs documentary.
And
he's not over here complaining or not agreeing or anything. He's like, oh, my wife wants to watch the Boobs documentary, and he's not saying a damn thing about it.
I'm trying to tell the story here. There's something that goes around in my family. Now
Boobs?
Alex, I'm gonna punch you.
You try.
You're barely awake right now.
I am not awake right now.
So when we were growing up, we have a family. You'll have to give us a review. Oh, we might.
That could be the movie of the week. Let's watch Boobs.
In America,
it's my choice this week.
It is. So growing up in a family of 7 siblings of 5 altogether, and we there were times when accidents would happen, and we would say, my parents would ask, okay, who did it? And we would say, not me. So not me became the 6th sibling. Not me. So when this happened, no one was messing up.
Not me.
I said, not me's at it again.
Probably been a long time since not me.
Right?
Not me, and you're all adults now.
Right.
Wow,
Everyone's an adult?
your sister, everyone in your family is going to be above 30 in February.
Yeah, wow. So yeah, that was an interesting tale that happened over the weekend. Yeah, so let's move on from there. What do you want to talk about, guys? We got a lot on the board today.
Oh, I just want to jump into some fun
Go ahead.
reviews of some places of experiences that we've had over the last week.
We've had some bad customer service happen
in 24
again.
hours, actually.
In 24 hours, twice.
We have some complaints.
Hear me roar. We went to Culver's yesterday and just ordered basic meals. Came back home. One of the entrees was entirely wrong. We ordered, one of the entrees was chicken tenders, and it turned out to be pretzel bites.
Yep.
Completely wrong.
100% wrong.
Alex had to go and yell at the manager a little bit.
But what we did, though, is we pulled up and they were doing curbside. They told us not to go through the drive-thru.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a teenager come up, take our order with a paper menu, and then he goes inside, orders it, brings out our receipt, blah, 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 everything's right. And then they bring out our order, and then we're like, oh, we're missing our cheese curds and our ranch. So we're already missing 2 things. And because we looked in there, and down at the bottom, what we thought was the chicken was actually like in the box where the pretzel bites were.
Right.
And then
And you didn't order pretzel bites.
and we didn't order pretzel bites. So and then the guy comes back out. He's like, oh, okay, comes back out. I go, can I have your receipt, please? To double check it. So he even double checks the receipt. And then goes back inside. They cook us up some cheese curds, brings us the ranch and the cheese curds, and then we leave. We go home, sit down, pull all the things out. At the very bottom, I pull out, I'm like, this doesn't feel like chicken. And then I open it up. Sure enough, it's just pretzel bites.
Now, have you ever ordered from Culver's before?
Yes.
Yeah.
Never had an order wrong.
Never had an order wrong.
Never, ever. I've never had this issue.
I've had Culver's a lot, and I've never had an issue. Now, I've never done it curbside. I've always done it drive-thru.
Right.
They told us not to go through the drive-thru.
Drive-thru wasn't even packed. It was so dead.
Yeah,
And-
and it was dead. And they had 6 teenagers just standing outside sweeping the floor.
Why didn't you just go drive-thru?
I don't know. They pointed us.
They pointed us and told us to.
Probably because they were bored. I would have still went.
I don't know. That's just what they told us to do. We were pulling up, and the kid waved us down and said, "Park here." And we said, "Oh, maybe the drive-thru's broken or something."
So I think that management was pissed.
It's funny that you guys always have the problems.
I know.
We shouldn't have to
here's
check
the-
a bag of a freaking entree. Is what I'm saying.
I agree.
So here's the thing. And then-
Condiments, yeah. Straws, maybe.
So and here's the thing. So that happened. So I went back, got in my car, drove all the way back. They automatically brought the manager out. I didn't even ask for the manager. I just said, "Hey, I came here 30 minutes ago, by the way." So now when I got home, my food was cold. 30 minutes ago, and I just I'm missing pretty much my entree, and they're like, "Oh, okay, let me grab the manager." I'm like, "Okay, sure."
And they fixed.
Probably because they didn't know what to do.
I
Right.
guess. Well, because it was a teenager. It's just, "Oh, let me grab the manager for you." I'm like,
Right.
"Oh, okay."
And they're probably used to people rolling up there being, let me talk to your manager.
And
Yeah.
and that's not why I was there. I was like, I would like my chicken, please. I'm hungry. And sure enough, she's like, "Explain what happened." So I explained it. "All right, I'll be right back." Comes out, gives me 2 little manager certificates, we're sorry certificates for free stuff. Hands me a huge bag of food. And I was like, "Oh, okay, thanks." And then sure enough, I go to pull out and I'm like, it's stapled shut. And I'm like, what the hell's in here? I'm like, I better make sure my damn chicken's in here. And I
Yeah.
open it up. It's a full meal. She replaced the whole damn thing. I'm like, well, I guess that's fine. So at least I didn't have cold
And
fries.
you got hot food, yeah.
Oh, what's
Yeah.
worse is this was Alex and I's first meal, and it was at 4 in the afternoon. We hadn't eaten.
Yeah, we
for
hadn't
that
eaten
long.
all day because.
But that's the thing. You just did a fast. Just think of it that way. Be happy. You did a fast.
No, I've just been nauseous. That's all. That's
That's true too. Yes.
and then our second complaint was actually from
Starbucks.
Starbucks just now. We pull up. What is their Brett quiz time? It's September. What is Starbucks? I know you probably don't even drink coffee. What is Starbucks' most favorite popular drink in the fall?
Probably pumpkin spice bull
Yeah.
crap.
It came
Yes.
out- okay, so pumpkin spice is introduced to Starbucks August 25th.
Mhm.
That's when it came in.
That's still
'Kay.
summer.
Yeah, but it's their most popular drink,
So that's 20 days on the shelf.
right?
And they were out of pumpkin.
They were out of pumpkin spice.
You guys sneeze?
Almost.
We pull up and we're like, I was like, oh my gosh, you know what would sound really good right now? A pumpkin spice latte. Let's
Oh,
go
yeah.
get some because I'm super tired
Yeah,
from
and
this
every
morning.
basic white girl probably said the same thing.
They all
Yes,
did.
so sure enough-
that's not even the worst
That's
thing.
not even the
Oh,
other
that's
thing.
not-
So we pull up. Can we have one pumpkin spice latte? I'm sorry, we're currently out of pumpkin spice to make the pumpkin spice latte. Okay, hold on a second. What do you want? I'm like, okay, well, and then I got my drink. And then Josh goes, what was the thing you ordered?
I have the salted caramel mocha frappuccino.
Oh, I'm sorry, we're out of the salt for that drink as well. Is that okay? Yeah.
Is that okay?
So we got home.
So I was like, I've got pumpkin spice up in my up in my fridge, up in my cabinet. I'll just sprinkle some in my caramel macchiato, make a caramel macchiato pumpkin spice latte. Josh is like,
We got
I've got salt. And I thought about the line from Ages of the Outfield. I've got soda. I was like, what the hell? Can we just have one meal? We just don't want to cook or anything right now because we're just tired. Can we just have somebody else do it? They can't even do it for us.
Coffee's not a meal.
Well, I didn't
Yeah.
want to make anything and I needed something. So I wanted to pay someone to do it for me.
By the way,
Didn't
I
matter.
saw you
Yeah.
coming out of, and when I say coming out of, you were in your car ready to pull on the state on Saturday out of Walgreens, and I waved big and loud, and you didn't do anything.
To me?
Walgreens.
I haven't been to a Walgreens.
CVS?
Well, it was that one.
You were at CVS for your
Oh,
anti-nausea
for
medication.
my medication. Oh, I probably didn't pay attention because I was about to puke in the car. So that's probably why I was picking up my anti-nausea medication.
I was waving.
Yeah.
Where were
Didn't even
you?
look in my car.
No shit. Where was I? Was pulling out to take
Probably
a
to
right.
turn
I
on the
was
state.
headed towards in the direction you would be going.
So he would have
Oh.
he would have passed right by you.
So you were passing in front of me.
Probably going, hi.
And you know what I'm
With
doing?
One hand.
Oh, just one. Okay.
Just
yeah.
one hand.
You were looking at traffic, waiting to pull out on
Yeah.
the road.
So why the hell do you think I would have looked at you?
I don't know.
You could have honked your horn. I probably would have been like, "Oh, look, there's
Who's
Brett."
that? who in a white car would honk at me?
Right. So now I can't really decide on next gen gaming. By the way, moving into a little bit of nerd news here. Xbox Series S is going to be $300, so you can move into next gen. Right? They're considering it next gen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though the Series X is okay. So yeah, there's a whole text and comparisons that I've been looking at from IGN here. Have you looked at the like side by side comparison?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. So, have they officially announced the price of the Series X?
Yeah, I think so.
Or was that rumored? Rumored? It was rumored. So what I'm looking at here against the two here, they're both going to be. One of them's not going to have a drive. That's the S. Series S won't have a drive, and it's going to be half the space, the hard drive space, and it's also going to have less RAM. Did you know this? Like it's gonna run at 10 gigabyte RAM, and as far as the Series X goes, it's gonna run on 16. But that's gonna run on automatic native 4K.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know, Alex. Have you thought about this at all? What are you doing?
I was looking up the story that I have to read.
What do you think about the Series X and S?
I think that we would get the S.
You want to go with the S over the X?
Well, like we need at least one system right now because they're crap.
Well, the thing is, if we get the Series S, it's going to have the same hard drive space you have.
I understand that, but what about xCloud?
That's not relatable.
That's just game save data. Oh, no, actually, yes, it is. She can play games that are on Game Pass via streaming, right? xCloud will be available as an app on Xbox, correct?
I didn't think... I know we don't know much about xCloud, but I
guess that's what I'm hoping is that I'd be able to just use xCloud, and then
I thought that was more for. I don't know. I don't know enough about xCloud.
I know that's what I'm hoping.
They haven't really given us an information
that's what I'm hoping. But at the same time, if I'm gonna, why not spend $100 more?
200.
No, it's
$299, $499.
Oh, okay.
$200 more.
Yeah, a couple $100 more. But anyways, it's just. It's something to have now, I guess, versus like I don't think we move up to an X right away. That's just I don't know.
I don't think you're making your point.
That is just what I was thinking. I was like, oh, you know what? This one's a little bit less expensive, but it's something that we could use and benefit from right now. I don't necessarily want to go full upgrade yet.
You can have a 1 terabyte external SSD added to your Series S.
Yeah, for how much? An extra $200?
I mean, who
Might
knows
as well get an
days?
X.
No. SSDs are not. Well, I don't know. Actually.
You said a terabyte. I'm thinking money.
500 gigabytes. No. I'd say half that.
Still,
$100.
if you're going to put extra money into it, you might as well just save up that extra money and put it into an X.
And then Nintendo, they announced some stuff too. Did you see the stuff that they announced, Brett?
Probably, but I don't remember what it is.
Super Mario 3D All Stars.
Who cares?
What?
Josh cares.
Okay, so obviously I need to just have a camera that's focused on me at this point because Brett doesn't give a shit about what I'm about to say then. Because they did a whole Mario anniversary thing. They talk about Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, which is an AR-RC game, which you can race around your living room and you can have a full-on track on your living room and an AR on your screen.
That's interesting. What is I really think that the verses on completing
two people?
No, the Mario.
Oh, that's the Battle Royale.
The Battle Royale Mario thing is actually pretty interesting because Battle Royale is like where it's at right now. But I think like racing, and then you can like to bring in the Mario aspect of things, how you can unlock certain things and mess people up.
35-person Battle Royale.
Yeah. Like what game are you doing though?
Mario 1.
Mario 1.
Yeah, but every single enemy you kill goes into other person's.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like it's that with a twist. So it's I think that's very interesting and a very original idea. And I really that one caught my eye more than anything.
And All Stars, the original All Stars on Super Nintendo came to the.
I would like to see you stream that. Like that's exactly what I saw. I was like, yeah, I'd like to see you stream that.
I could do it.
Mm-hmm.
I could do it. Like I've been doing very well on Fall Guys. Very well.
Mm-hmm.
And then they also announced Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, which is a rehash of Super Mario 3D World, and I have no care in the world on that one. That's a pile of trash that they announced for that. I was pretty disappointed. So yeah, that's pretty much all the nerd news that I have as far as game announcements and stuff and console things. If you guys have anything else you want to add.
I don't have any game news.
No. I don't really either. I suppose we can just move into some other stuff.
I want to just talk about this because I think it's funny.
What's your thing?
This is the true thing that happened. It's Indiana news too, which makes it even funnier.
Okay.
Just because it's we're in Indiana.
Truth.
So I was working, and one of the girls I was working with pulled this up. It was just some random conversation. She's like, "Did you know this is a thing?" And she pulled up this article. I was like, "Let me read this real quick. It's very short." This is a news report from SunocoNews.com.
Mm-hmm.
An egg farmer from Shelbyville in Indiana was transported to the hospital in critical condition with an extremely agitated hen more than halfway buried in his rectum.
Whoa!
And I looked at her and I said, "What?" And she said, "Hold on." Shelby County paramedics were called to answer a medical emergency concerning a serious accident involving a farm animal, something rather frequent in this rural area.
What?
Did you just hear what I said?
Frequent.
Rather frequent.
I'm not getting squirrely with a hen. I'm sorry.
Upon arriving at the site, they found a 57-year-old man, I'm not going to say his name, inebriated, bloodied, and naked on a hen house floor with a loudly clucking 5-pound chicken sticking out of his butt.
Wow. I don't know what to say. Don't know how you get there.
How, like as a paramedic, like, you're on the scene, like, what's your response? Like, do you just leave them there?
If it's common, then obviously.
You need to sit down and think of, or not sit down because you can't. You need to think about what you've done.
Think about your life choices at that point.
I was like, wait a second, back up. And she's like, yep, that's right. Something rather frequent is what that says.
Oh my god.
I'm like, that's got to be called something. Like, oh, is that hen budding or something? I don't know. But I was like, can you imagine that? Oh, we got another one up the butt.
Halfway up
its butt? How?
What way?
Well, I mean, if it's clucking loud, obviously its head's poking out. That would be my guess. I don't know.
I was like,
I don't know. I looked it up. It's a real story. It really did happen. I feel so bad for the chicken. I don't really feel bad for the person. I mean, he was inebriated and yeah. What?
I don't think the butthole's supposed to go that big.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
I don't think it is.
It's a 5-pound
I am
chicken.
really at a loss for words where in Indiana?
Shelbyville, Indiana.
Do you know where that is?
Nope.
Okay.
I've heard of it though.
I'm gonna look.
I don't know, but I thought that was I was like, oh, okay. Well, as a fan of the podcast, we're just gonna go ahead and share that interesting story because you think you've heard everything in 2020, right?
Nope. So that's 2 hours away.
Let's just stay away from Shelbyville.
It's smack dab in the middle, right next to Indy. So
I don't know. There's some crazy people down in Shelbyville.
Ooh, yeah. I'm not cool with that.
I guess if you've heard of this, and it's called something, just DM us and let me know what it's called.
Right. So anyways, we're gonna move on to something else that we can actually talk about. Do you guys want to talk about the topic of the week?
Oh yeah.
Was the first video game you beat?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's do that. I've got lots. We actually have quite a few people chiming in on these things.
Did we really?
Yeah, I think now that this has become a more frequent thing that we're doing and we're getting other people involved in it, we're getting a lot of responses, and I think people are really liking these questions that we're coming up with.
Okay. So what we have on the screen is a meme that I created. Toad thanking Mario, but our princess is in another castle. 6-year-old me screaming my freaking head off. Because a lot of people had that WTF moment where they got to the castle and nope, no princess. So Brett, what was the first video game you beat?
So it had to be something on the 64 because that was the first console that I got for myself. It wasn't a hand-me-down of any kind. Well, no, that's not true. I got a Super Nintendo, but I still think it was something on the 64, and it was probably either GoldenEye or Star Wars Rogue Squadron.
You never had a Super Nintendo or a Sega?
I just said I did.
You did, but you never played anything that beat a
I
game?
don't think I ever beat anything, no.
Okay, wow. And I thought way back when, I was like, now I gotta think, okay, now that I'm thinking about it, I beat these games on my own because my first game was Donkey Kong Country that I remember beating, but
on Nintendo.
Not 100% completing. 100% was
there's
different.
beating, and then there's 100% because you can beat the story
Right.
or the campaign, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And then there's all the side crap.
And that used to, they've got all those different things, like different, you can say, oh, I beat the game, but did you 100% it? And like Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2 and 3, I think all three of them, you never got 100% if you were to officially complete it. It was always over that. And I think Mario had that too.
Mm-hmm. Mario 64 had that. Like it was 100%, but you can get the extra stars to make it like 120% or something like that.
Right, right. Yeah. And so Alex, what's your first? I mean, you had some early ones like on 64, right?
Donkey Kong 64 was my very first one that I ever beat. Because
I
am never going to forget it because I just remember, like, I think it's on video, honestly. Like, we had, like, the family video camera and whatnot, and I was freaking out, and I'm pretty sure my brother or sister grabbed it, and they're like, what? And I think my dad was there because I think he grabbed it and was like, tell me what you just did. I'm like, I just beat Donkey Kong 64. And I was just like, I just beat K. Rool. Like, I was just, like, freaking out and jumping up and down, and I was like, I beat it. Like, I beat my first game.
10?
Sure. I don't know.
Something
Something like that. Yeah.
That's about right.
Yeah. I mean, I think the second game would have been Pokemon on the Game Boy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
As far as 100% completion, I could tell you which one that was.
Which one?
The Tomb Raider one from 2013.
But you used assistance on that.
One time.
IGN. I remember you going to IGN for a couple
one
of
time
things.
because my screen.
But you have to for some of that stuff.
No. I played on a tube TV when I played that game, and it was too dark, and I couldn't see where to go in this certain area, and I was there for like an hour, and I'm like, I don't get what I'm supposed to do, but it was because it was too dark. So I looked it up on IGN. That was the only time I ever used like anything to get through that game. Other than that, I 100%ed it.
Okay.
So I was very happy about that.
You ever go back to like an older retro game and beat it as an older person, like that you haven't beat before?
No, it's hard to go backwards for me.
Oh. Well, for me, like a couple years ago, actually about 5 years ago, I beat Mario 3 for the first time, without any like assistance. Like that was me beating it, and that was my first time doing that. I mean, I played it, but every single time I'd get stuck or whatever. But nowadays, I can just beat Mario 3 in like a good go. Like, like they just added Mario All Stars, and I'm already at the 8th world. But I also know where the flutes are that make you travel, the warp flutes. But yeah, no. We got to mention on YouTube, my nephew Caden said Paper Mario Sticker Star is his first game that he beat. Sticker Star. I never played that one. I think that one was on the DS. But yeah, we got some other comments in the social medias, right, Alex? You got some. My dad, his first game he beat was Pitfall. That was on the Atari.
Yeah, that was on this old thing called Atari.
Oh my gosh! Like no Atari. Yeah.
Let's see. We got quite a few podcasts chiming in on this subject.
Okay.
We've got Radius Games. They said Super Mario World. I played that game for months and months and months.
We might get a lot of Super Mario Worlds.
Not as much as you think, actually.
Really?
Nope.
Oh.
Nope. Let me go here to what do we got here? We have JMT podcast. I believe it was Sonic the Hedgehog was my first one. So Sonic the Hedgehog. This is really funny.
Sonic.
The Fickle Fanboy podcast.
Yeah.
Excite Bike on NES was the first game I ever beat.
Beat? ...
Holy shit, I am old.
Excite Bike? I couldn't beat that game. I tried.
I've seen Excite Bike. That looks really difficult. I'm not sure.
It's also kind of annoying to you because there's a brrrr, just one sound the entire time.
We've got Varick on Instagram. He said Super Mario Brothers in 1986.
A lot of NES people.
The Terrible Terror podcast, they said the first one was probably Mega Man 2 or The Legend of Zelda.
I've never played a Mega Man game.
I haven't either. I'm not sure which one I really finished first. It wasn't until my 20s that I beat Super Mario Brothers all the way through.
Exactly. See,
I didn't technically.
Like that late. You beat things late in life.
I played Super Mario Brothers a lot, but I always had my friend Philip come over and beat the levels I couldn't do for me. So, and we have Dan from Dan and Cody podcast. He says probably Mario 3. And then we've got Patrick.
Shout out to Patrick.
Shout out to Patrick. Paranormal Activity podcast.
Yeah.
He says Kung Fu was my first video game I ever beat.
Kung Fu.
And then he sent me a picture of it, because I have no idea what the heck this is.
Oh,
but-
yeah. That's on the NES. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's a
I played
legit-
I'm gonna say you guys both look at it and said, "Oh yeah." I'm like, I have
It's Kung
no
Fu.
idea what
It just says Kung
It
Fu.
just
and
says Kung Fu with like a 8-bit person kicking. Kung Fu.
Kung Fu.
And I know you had some stuff on.
Yeah.
On Facebook.
Yeah, Justin from Juice in the Morning podcast shared it. Shout out to Juice in the Morning and Justin as well. He said, "I truly don't remember something on Super Nintendo." So that's gonna be a lot of.
I
People's
think a lot of
responses
people
on
are
that.
saying Super Nintendo.
Did they update Facebook? Because I'm having.
But I have a couple more while you're getting there.
No, I got more.
Okay.
Ryan on his on Juice's share said Mario Brothers on the NES, combination of Duck Hunt. Okay. Super Mario World on SNES and Sunset Riders on SNES.
I think a lot of people is Super Mario World.
Mhm.
Like a lot of people are like that. I can remember that being my first video game that I played was Super Mario World.
Zelda on Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay.
I never beat Zelda. I've hardly ever played it.
I played it on the Game
played
Boy.
some, yeah. And we got Mario 3 and Super Mario Brothers on the SNES.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and Mario 64. But on his own, wow. Okay, Super Mario Bros. On the SNES with my mom, and then Mario 64 with my friend. But one I've completed all on my own was the Conduit on the Wii.
Who
Holy
is
cow. Stephanie. It's just another person that Juice knows that commented on
okay.
there. So.
We've got Ronnie on Facebook. He says Pitfall 2.
Okay, so another Pitfall.
Another Pitfall. And then we've got Mark, my godfather, who said Asteroids, which I love Asteroids.
Why do you like Asteroids?
I
That's
don't
boring
know. I like Asteroids. I like Galaga. Like those two are like my favorite like old school video games. Like those are fun for me. I don't know why. I like
Those
both
are lame.
of those. No. No, I played both of those on my grandma's computer.
Really?
Mhm. That and Centipede. I really like that one too.
Those are so retro.
I love those games. They're fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't say.
Have you ever beat Paint?
What? It's not a game. It's a program. Get out of here.
Actually, I think Solitaire would have like. All right, has anybody ever beat Minesweep? How the heck do you even play that thing?
Minesweeper?
You just push the dang buttons, and then eventually everything goes boom.
Everything's like hidden. Yeah.
How does it even work? There's just a bunch of numbers.
It's
you
not-
just go, maybe this chord, maybe this chord. No, everything's exploded. Like,
People have beaten it.
I don't know how to play it, but
I don't know how to play it. You do it. Ding, ding, ding. I've never even seen it.
It's just
like, what happens when you
anti-tic-tac-toe.
win?
What?
What happens when you win? What does the
Have you
screen
you've
look?
never seen the
No,
screen?
I have no idea what that
Oh.
looks like. Nobody knows how to play Minesweep.
I-
Everyone
what?
just knows you
Get
just sit
outta
there
here.
and you just click
Alex.
on little blocks and hopefully you win. Never once. I have done that multiple times. Never once have I actually beat Minesweep. I have no idea how to
You've
play
never
it.
seen a victory stream.
I've never seen
I
what it
can't believe
looks
I'm
like.
looking this up.
What is
It's
it?
so interesting.
Oh my god. Wait, is that the victory screen?
Yeah.
It just shows you all the numbers. That's it.
Yeah.
That's seriously it.
but what
what
you
does
notice-
the smiley face mean anyway?
you win.
The smiley face you understand exactly. Yes. So if he has sunglasses on, means you won.
BS.
But if they're X'd out, means you died.
It means you did.
Means you died. Yeah.
What
How do you play it?
what do
What's
the
the numbers
numbers
mean?
mean?
So for example, there's gonna be like a whole bunch of gray squares, and then you just click in the middle, and that would like get rid of everything in there.
Yeah, but
You get rid of all that, basically the
what do
surrounding
these
stuff.
numbers mean up in the right corner?
That means they're like really close.
The
The
digits.
170.
Okay, so I think that's the time limit, and that's how many mines there are.
But how do you figure out?
What? Okay, so for example, have you
what
seen?
do the numbers mean?
It's just like that's the point system. So like if you were to click here,
Yes.
you get 3, 3, and 3. But that's
So you
those
get
are exactly
9 points.
Those are higher points because they are right next to
Oh,
these
they're
things.
closer to the
harder.
mines.
They're harder to beat. Like the chances of you clicking on them are harder. So you see the high numbers here. There's like a 5 and a 4.
Yeah.
Like right here, there's a 5.
That means if you click that, you got 5 points because it didn't blow up.
Correct.
But how do you know it's not going to blow up?
Because you click it, and then it would turn into that number.
But how do you know
And
before you
your
click on
character-
it that it doesn't blow up?
Have you seen a death screen?
It's a bunch of X's and bombs, I believe. From what I remember, it's been double-digit years since I played this game.
Okay, that's what a death screen looks like.
Yeah, it's the bomb thing.
Yes.
Yes.
So you would have clicked on one of those, and that's the red. It would surround it by red. So this is That's exactly how it's done.
What the flags? What's the flag thing?
Those are mines that you didn't click on.
No, because you can. No, you can make it that.
Oh,
like
you right-click.
You
I don't
right-click
know.
it and make it a flag.
Those
but
are ones you won't turn over when you click. Those are where you think the mine's going to be.
Brett, do you understand this game?
It's
Not
all
at
a
all.
game of
I don't remember
chance.
you.
My
Not
God.
at all.
I don't get it.
I have to explain.
I don't get this at all.
I have to explain Minesweeper to. It's like I don't know.
Okay, can you download this shit and then play it for
It's
me
probably
on
already
stream?
on the-
Can you stream this
It's
tomorrow?
probably
Probably an
already
app.
on the computer, like Solitaire.
I highly doubt it.
So this was one of the it was Minesweeper, Solitaire, and that stupid pinball game, Spaceball.
I like the
Spinball. No,
pinball.
the pinball game did not come out until after
XP.
XP. XP is when it came out because
Okay.
I played the crap out of that one.
Okay.
I like the pinball.
You use the space bars like this to do
Yeah.
the toggle or to do the ding dings.
The ding.
You know what
The ding ding.
what are these things called?
The flippers.
They're not called flippers.
Yeah,
are
they
they
are.
flippers?
All right, am I googling searching this for you?
What the hell are they
Actually,
called?
I wasn't even sure until you said
Are
it.
they called
Josh.
paddles?
No, I think they're flippers.
Flippers, pinball.
Pinball? Is that
Yeah,
what they're called?
flippers.
Oh, they're called flippers.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, the ding dings. I'm a little like, because you go ding, ding.
Ding 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 ding.
Dings.
I don't know.
Oh shoot. I'm messing things up now.
These little things that go like this.
Yeah.
You use the space bar and it just goes ding, ding, ding. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
What's the other one called where you ski down the mountain and
Ski free.
ski free?
Yep.
And then like you try not to like.
The Yeti eats.
Yeah,
you.
the Yeti comes up to you and you go, oh my God, and you can never get away from him.
You
And
can
then he
never
comes
win.
up and he swallows you.
Yeah, you'll never win.
Yeah, but yeah, you can't win. I don't know
No.
what the ending looks like of that one either.
That's fun. Though.
There is no ending.
You
Is there not?
always get eaten.
You always get eaten.
Are you joking?
I'm not joking. There's never an end to ski free. There is no path. It's a random.
How do you beat it then?
You don't.
Then why is it a game?
There are unbeatable games. Have you beaten Solitaire?
Yeah.
You can win.
You can win, but you can't beat the Solitaire game. You're
Yeah.
not the king of Solitaire if you beat like 800 in a row or something.
That doesn't make any
Yeah,
sense.
I mean card games. You can't really say that because
Okay.
card games
No,
you
that's
just
terrible.
you win or lose.
Yeah, I guess so. How do you win pinball? You don't.
It's
You get a high score.
That's about it.
You beat the high score.
Ski free is a random generator. That's all it was. It was a test for random generators.
That's it.
Basically made out of paint too, because it looks like
It does look like someone made it on paint.
They don't have paint anymore on Windows. Yeah, they stopped
Okay,
supporting
and then
it.
one more thing that I remember playing. What is the tube game, the pipe game?
What?
The pipe game on the computer. That it's just like the one in
In
BioShock.
that was called Pipes.
Is it seriously just called pipes?
Yes. Where you flip the
You
pipe
flip-
around to
it's like
try to make a
Tetris.
path.
It's like Tetris, but with pipes, and then you have a certain amount of time before it starts.
Are you
like,
okay, Brett?
I've been holding back. a
Just
sneeze.
let it go.
Just sneeze,
No,
man.
I may have to leave the room.
Is it that loud?
Well, there's gonna be expelled.
Have you had the fart this whole time?
No, snot.
Oh, I thought you had, I was thinking he had to piss his pants or
Oh, that too.
something.
Okay,
It's
so
just
there's like 3 other things.
There's like, what
Go
are you
and do
expelling
it
when
if
you
need
sneeze?
to do it. Go blow your nose then.
I will.
But no, seriously, like, is that what it's called? That's called pipes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I like that game too.
Okay.
That's
Those are
when I
like
was playing BioShock. I was like, oh, I like this game, but then it like BioShock makes it like harder.
yeah. Let's move on to the movie club.
Nostalgia.
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 Speaking of nostalgia, let's talk about Knockaround, guys. So this movie came out in 2001, and this movie is part of the movie club.
No,
and
it was 2000.
Why do I have it written down as 2001 then?
Isn't it 2000? Because didn't we look at that?
Let me get up. Why doesn't this? I'm getting mad at this. IMDb says 2001.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Rated R. Came out in 2001. The wannabe sons of mobsters go to a remote town in the Midwest and get themselves into more trouble than anyone could anticipate. And this movie, stars Barry Pepper, Vin Diesel, Seth Green, and John Malkovich.
And
I
Dennis
about
Hopper,
hit
but
you
he had a
again.
small part.
Yeah, he really did. What?
I about hit you again last week
Why?
when we watched it.
Kept on flipping up my.
Who's Barry Pepper?
Oh yeah. You got.
I
really...
said it on the couch, and you know who looked at me? Brett did. Brett looked at me and
I
said,
didn't look at you.
Who's Barry Pepper? Brett looked at me.
I'm gonna pull up Barry
Josh
Pepper.
didn't look at me. He's learning.
I've learned not to do that.
He's learning. Brett about said,
Yeah,
"Are you
but
kidding me?"
I don't think I I don't think I was like.
No,
I'm not-
you gave me the look. I waited.
I don't think so. I
No.
think I was like, that makes sense that you don't know who this is because he really hasn't been in a lot.
No, he really hasn't. He's kind of a B-lister. He hasn't really had a whole lot of leads. Like,
Right.
Okay, but the biggest movie that I remember him from is The Green Mile.
okay, yep, he's a side role.
Because he's a side role, but he's
hmm
a main like guard. Like
Yeah.
he's I think he's more of a main character.
Right.
You guys know him more from what, Saving Private Ryan? Is that the one?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a sniper.
Yeah.
Yep, and he's the one who always quotes biblical
Mhm.
scripture when he's
See,
shooting.
Yeah, so I remember that now. The more that I think about Saving Private Ryan,
So we're talking about knockaround guys now.
Yes. Barry Pepper.
What do you think? I mean, Brett, did you see this one like way when it came out? This seems like a movie you'd
I've
see.
seen it
way
a
back
long
when.
time ago. I don't think I saw it in theaters, but I
Mm.
saw it in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
What made you want to go to this movie?
What did I just say?
No, right now,
Oh,
like to pick it.
it's just one I haven't seen in a long time, and it has a kind of organized crime sense to it.
You and your organized crime thing.
You have a very like all of your movies
soon
have,
as I
this,
told
like, have
Alex it
like the
was-
same kind
Not
of.
all of them, just recent ones.
No, like a majority.
You have
of them.
a fascination with
Like it's like an
organized crime.
action crime mobster movies.
right.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you haven't. Isn't Bruce Willis in an organized crime movie? I think my brother, or maybe it might be an Old West. I don't know. I will have to look it up. But I'm just gonna go into some of my notes on this. There's some like Seth.
I
go
couldn't
ahead.
get a sense on if you guys liked this or not.
It's fine.
I
It's
agree.
fine.
I think it was fine.
It's
It
just-
wasn't like mind blowing, but
Right.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was one of those.
I
Okay,
did not like it, but I didn't like go, oh my god, this is a great movie.
yeah, it felt like one of those action movies in the early 2000s that was just thrown in the mix, kind of
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
Torque, Bad Company,
Oh yeah.
Sahara. Remember those movies?
Yeah,
Mhm.
but I never watched any of them.
And actually, Fast and the Furious was part of it, but it did spawn off a whole franchise.
Yeah.
Brett, you're making
go
such a
sneeze.
weird face.
I'll be back.
Go sneeze. Please use some toilet paper.
Or paper towels
Or
are in the
paper-
kitchen.
yeah,
They're made out of
just-
Kleenex, so they're soft.
He's like, I'm gonna go run now. Okay, anyway, so let's talk about that then. He can hear us from outside.
Yeah. I think that Barry Pepper can do lead acting. He needs more A-listings. I could see him as a Batman villain.
That's actually what I was going to say. That's really weird that you said that because I was gonna say the same thing. Is like
I don't
he
know
can
what
either
he could do.
no. So I always see him as like a cop.
Okay.
So I feel like I could see him like as a Gordon
As a Gordon, or like
Mhm.
maybe one of
or like a person that helps Gordon.
A police
like
officer
A police
in-
like a main police officer.
yeah.
For Batman.
I don't know why we're always turning to Batman and a lot of actors, but it
I know,
always
but
seems
he
to be that
seems-
dream role.
He just looks the part of somebody to play in a Batman movie.
Right. I don't know. Well, and the thing
Watch. We're gonna get on there. He's gonna be some side character in the new Batman movie.
is, right. Where
He's just not listed right now. I don't
let me
know.
think of all the characters that he could play. I mean, I could see him as I don't know.
I don't know
I don't know.
necessarily as a villain, honestly.
No,
No,
you like him too much as a protagonist.
I think he's too much of a like in this movie. He tries to be a bad person, but he can't be.
You guys should watch the Rambo movies, all of them. I'm surprised you're saying that. In chat, we have a trilogy sitting right there of the Rambo movies.
I can't believe that our 15-year-old nephew is telling us to watch the Rambo movies.
Right, I agree.
We're double.
Go ahead.
We're twice his age.
What
and...
did you land on, basically?
Oh, we were just saying
Well,
how,
we're still discussing Barry
how
Pepper.
Barry Pepper
Okay.
seems like he would be a good actor for
I think it'd be
a
good
current Batman
like
movie.
a DC. I could see him as a cop, or
Like-
Alex was saying
Sure.
cop. I could see
Like
him,
a
I could see
Gordon.
him,
I wonder
Yeah.
if he even acts anymore.
that's
Let me
a
look
good
him up on
question.
IMDb. I had the IMDb up. Seth Green, interesting role.
Interesting role, but I did not dig the fact that he basically, in order to be in this movie, had to completely change who he is as an actor.
Right.
He dyed his hair, he dyed his eyebrows, and
Oh,
tried
that
to
was
change
so
it
weird.
and tried to have an accent.
Wait, that's what actors do.
No, like it's not
in a bad
him.
way. In a bad way.
In a bad way. Like it's he
Like,
did it.
He wasn't. He
Okay,
didn't
okay,
do
so
a
It
now-
good
wasn't
job.
believable. No.
So what it is, you blame makeup from the actual studio. You don't
He-
blame Seth Green.
Yes, I know, but he had like his hair was dyed, his
And yes, he
eyebrows
still is
were
acting.
dyed, and his he tried to do some New York style accent, and that is
Well,
not him at all.
They are from Brooklyn, so it was a
Right.
Brooklyn accent.
Yeah.
He sucked at it.
Barry Pepper still acts, by the way. his death, like Seth Green's, this is getting into spoiler territory. So if you guys haven't seen it, that's why we talk about these older movies. Seth Green's death, really sad. Actually,
that was very sad. Like I don't like it. Like that. Those parts of the mobster movies, like those, like hit me because they make it very realistic, and it's just very moving in a bad way, like disturbing. I guess is the word I'm looking for.
Vin Diesel as a side muscle.
Nice. Nice. Honestly, I think he was probably my favorite. And I was like, oh great, another Vin Diesel movie. And then all right, I'm not a huge fan of Vin Diesel.
Me neither.
And I know a lot of girls like, oh my god, Vin Diesel. But I will say it tickled me a little bit to watch him in this movie.
I don't like his acting.
Why?
Why? Meaning he's actually kind of hot.
Oh, okay.
It's mainly because he's not trying.
I don't. He just seemed very that type of guy is not my kind of guy. But for some reason, the whole Vin Diesel, when he's talking to the guy in the bar and he's like, you have to get thick skin and growing up, and he's talking about this, and then he just beats the shit out of him, and I'm like, and then just puts his jacket back on and walks over and goes,
wipes his knuckles on his jeans.
knuckles, and then he's like, you can have him now. It's just.
Well, he was the muscle.
Yes.
Yeah, but it was also that, and then the scene where he goes in to collect his change, the coins from the games, and then just bashes the shit out of me. Like, those are even your machines. Those are your games. What are you doing? And then he was just like, the milkman gets paid when he comes in here. The beer man gets paid when he comes in here. And then just talks about all these other people. The cigarette guy. Where's my money? I was like, wow, he's got a damn good point, doesn't he?
Yeah.
You don't steal from the milkman.
Tom Nugent, holy tall guy, the sheriff.
Dude, he's creepy.
So were you
tall.
expecting the whole dirty cop part to come in?
Well,
slightly because he was weird.
Think about a small town. All right.
I was trying to think like Oneida,
Yeah,
honestly. I was comparing it to Oneida.
Very much so.
It was a sheriff and his deputy.
That's how
the whole police force.
Yep, and that's. I mean, when we saw the small town in Montana, we're like, oh, that's Oneida. They're just like, oh, you know how we could take over this town? I was like, yeah, you really could. There's no one's running that town.
It was like they shot that movie in the town that we lived in South Dakota. That's just how it would be.
Small,
very small town. And if it, how they walk into the bar and they're like, who do I need to know? Or who do I need to talk to get in trouble in here?
Who works here?
Yeah, who's in charge?
Looking
kind
for
of
the
thing.
guy who runs things.
Yeah.
You can do that in Oneida. And that's how you can get yourself we can run this town.
Malkovich is only a villain in my mind, so his heel turn didn't exist for me. I saw it coming already.
That was very predictable.
Yeah.
Very predictable.
And every single time I see him, I'm like, he can't be a protagonist. He has to be a villain every single time. Every single time.
I do like him as an actor. I was telling you guys this when we started the movie. I don't know.
I'm
There's something about him.
He's annoying. He talks like this. He wants to get his point across.
That's exactly. But there's something about that though. It's the way that he does that. That is him. That's his. And then he's able to do that in every single movie. Whether it's he's a villain or, like I said, I can't take him seriously anymore because of the role he played in Transformers and the freaking cup situation. It always gets me now. I can't take him seriously. Brett, how does it go again? Because you quoted it. About why is there a red cup on the yellow floor?
Other way.
Or the yellow cup on the red floor?
I don't remember.
It is an eyesore.
Exactly. I remember the end of it. He's like, stop it.
And then somebody comes up and pushes her cup into the trash can and says something mean to her.
Yep.
You dumbass. Because of that, because that's just the same way he talks.
Yeah.
It's just.
Did you ever see Red?
No.
Red, no.
He's in Red.
Yes, I have seen Red. I've seen Red. You've not seen it. I watched it at my grandma's. It's a good movie.
I understand, but I don't like Helen Mirren.
I think she's alright.
Carl Urban's in that too.
Oh, I like him. I can't wait to watch The Boys. Oh man, we're starting that this weekend.
Yeah, we gotta watch
it this week, probably tomorrow or Wednesday.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the story though. Marble's mishap
was good.
Marble's mishap was such a domino effect, and it was like,
yeah.
And then it just got stupid. I didn't like the ending. It had no heart. It had no feeling.
Yeah, I wasn't.
It just felt like Marble's death and Chris's death was nothing.
It felt like it was just we had all of this build. All this build, and then it just kind of went
a little showdown.
Poof.
Yeah, then no payoff for everything. It's just bye, Dad, and then just him and the muscle leaving. That's all it is. And there's no feeling for the two best friends he just frickin' lost.
I know, like I think
you don't have a funeral scene.
I feel like there should have been some type of like, well, what happened to the bodies? Like, did they, did they have some kind of goodbye? Like that would have been a good and nice somber ending. Is like, all right, well, I don't know, just saying like goodbye to his friends and stuff and whatnot. Like, I don't know. That's what I would have thought.
So I'm gonna give this movie a 7.
Okay, yeah, I'll agree.
I won't say I hate it.
It's a decent movie. Yeah, like I said, I don't hate it, but it's not like, oh my god, it's an amazing movie.
It's a mob movie I can watch without like feeling
understanding
dirty
it.
or
and you can understand it because, like I said, with like what was the last one that we watched with
Donnie Brasco?
Yeah, that was difficult to understand because there's so much lingo and
they didn't explain it as
and they didn't
well. I guess
explain
no. Dennis Hoffman explained it later. He would explain it to be made as this and to be a what was it? What's the other phrase? The
wise guy.
Wise guy.
Yeah.
Be a wise guy.
Yeah.
That didn't make any sense to me. So what?
Like it's just a bunch of lingo and it's hard to understand.
You don't see much of the organization. You see how a kid growing up into it, trying to be what he's not actually meant to be.
Well, and I
screws it up.
I really like that line though from who's the guy that I like? Malkovich? Yeah. When he's talking to Barry Pepper and he's just like at the end before all this stuff goes down and he's like, you know what? And that's just not the way you are. And then there's silence. He's like, but that's okay.
Age that has nothing to do with it. You put Taylor, which was Vin Diesel's character, in that basement.
Yeah.
And he pulls the trigger every time. So he's just saying, this is not who you are.
Like certain people are made to be killers. Some people are made to like they're made that way. He's like, and you're not made that way. And then there's just like this pause, like, man, you just really made him feel bad. But he's like, but that's okay. Like that means you're a good person. That's a good thing. And I like that they got that, like, cause I thought that really meant something with the audience watching it. I'm like, oh, that's a good turnaround.
Of course, you saw that he was going to pull the trigger on Malkovich when necessary.
I know that was just it's gonna happen. Whatever. Yeah.
So Alex.
Your turn.
Okay. So I've got a choice, and I first off, I'm gonna say that I talked to a long-standing fan of our podcast, Tana, who I work with, and we were trying to decide Brett-wise, because she knows from listening to the show, and she's never met you before, and she's like, just by listening, I was like, do you think he'd like, and I said this movie, and she goes, oh, yeah, but have you watched this movie? And then as she said that, like 3 other people had walked into my treatment room, and they're like, well, oh, you guys are talking about that movie. Oh, wait, you haven't seen it? And it turned into an Alex or a Brett moment where it's like, oh, my God, I haven't seen this movie. And everyone's, I can't believe you haven't seen it. I'm like, well, maybe I'm going to have to do this one. It's the one I was going to pick. I had to lead it up to that moment, okay? I had to explain it because I want to. Because chances are, watch. You guys have both seen it, and I haven't. The first one I was going to pick, not the movie I'm talking about. Shut the fuck up, guys. The first one I was going to pick. I'm just going to be quiet.
What'd you pick?
I'm going to give you a choice. The first one, which is called In and Out.
I have seen it.
I've never heard
of it. It's got Kevin Kline.
It's a Kevin Kline movie.
You showed it to me.
Never even heard of it.
Okay, so I didn't think so. So the one that she was talking about is called Dave.
I've never heard of Dave.
I thought that was a TV show.
No. Well, I mean, yes, Dave is in current, like, this is
it Kevin Kline as well?
Yes, it's a Kevin Kline movie called Dave from the 90s.
Only Kevin Kline movie I've seen is Wild Wild West.
Same. Well, I know, I saw In and Out.
All right, so In and Out. Did I show you In and Out?
Yes.
Do you like it? Do you think Brett would think it was funny?
No.
I think he would think it was funny.
No, he wouldn't. No.
I think it was funny.
Lies. Dave?
Dave. That's what it's called. It's a 90s comedy.
Oh, it's about a president.
Yes. But I swear, I had a handful of people come in and they're like, I cannot believe you've never seen Dave.
These are some older movies.
So I thought, you know what? I'll give you guys a choice. We're either watching In and Out or we're watching Dave.
They're both comedies?
They're both comedies.
I've never heard of either, so I really can't
Josh,
speak.
read the synopsis on both and then you guys can choose.
Okay. This one's Dave.
Yep.
Came out in 93. The synopsis is, to avoid a potentially explosive scandal when the U.S. president goes into a coma, an affable temp agency owner with an uncanny resemblance is put in his place. Okay,
that sounds pretty 90s comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he has to act like the president. Sounds funny.
I'm trying to find In and Out. That's actually not on his top build for some reason. That's like one of his big ones. Why is that not on his top? Orange County's higher than that. What? There it is. Okay. In and Out. 97. A Midwestern teacher questions his sexuality after a former student makes a comment about him at the Academy Awards. I remember that one. Yeah, I remember that one. So, whichever you wanted to go with,
I know.
Brett, I'm cool with your choice.
I've never seen
If you
Dave.
haven't seen Dave, let's watch Dave.
Dave. Okay. We'll do Dave. That's weird though. I've never heard of that movie.
I can't believe that I had that many people all at once go, "You've never seen Dave?" I'm like, I've never heard of it, man. I'm like, well, can I see can you pull it up like on YouTube and show me, or not YouTube, but Google, and just show me what the
Movie poster.
movie poster. I'm like, the box set is what I was gonna say. What's the box set look like? Okay. I've seen the I've seen the poster.
Which one?
I've seen the poster. That one.
Oh,
This one?
Sigourney Weaver.
No, that one. I've seen that one before.
It's a small one, but yeah, here I'll show this on
Yep.
YouTube there. Okay, so yeah, Dave. Interesting. I've never heard of this one before. So is that I'm gonna guess he's trying to is Martin Short in that movie? Because he's looking like Martin Short in that photo right there, right on the side.
I highly doubt that they would have Martin Short be the actual president and then have him be the lead.
I mean, why not?
I don't
It'd be
know.
a very short performance, I'm guessing. What?
Did you try for that one?
Did you try? Martin Short?
It'd be a real short performance.
Look at that.
Woo!
I thought you were trying for
I
that.
thought you were too.
Why am I getting an applause here?
That's you're like looking at me like what?
Nice.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
All right. So this week's movie is going to be Dave, 1993.
Yep.
93 comedy with Kevin Kline. I had to
Sigourney
remember it
Weaver.
again. Forgot it already.
Oh,
So,
man.
there we go.
Okay, let's move on from there. Are you gonna cancel your Netflix, Brett?
Well, I actually don't have Netflix.
You don't?
I'm using somebody's.
Wonder if I should support them anymore after they brought out Cuties.
Yeah.
I'm really upset about that.
Yeah.
So, here's what
I'm sorry to bring it up, but I think we need to have a say in this.
here's what I've heard about it.
Yeah. So talk about Cuties. The movie just
it's-
came out on Netflix.
They actually released it?
Yes, it's out.
So,
It's out.
I thought after all of the the blow up about it that they would have just X'd the movie.
Nope.
It's out.
Okay, well then I have a word. Go ahead, Brett.
I'm not
So-
going to show anything on YouTube, but have you seen what they look like?
I
Yes.
have not watched this, but what I heard is that it actually has somewhat of a conservative message.
It's supposed to, yes, it's supposed to portray. The story is about this girl who wants to be in this sort of lifestyle. Alex, do you remember going to that convention? We saw all those cheerleaders.
Mhm.
That's what this is about. But it's a little more less about cheerleaders, more about 9-year-olds grinding. It's awful.
Okay, yeah, but do you remember going to that
Yeah,
conference
I
with
remember
me
seeing
and
that.
both of us going like, hell no,
Hell
hell
no.
no is our daughter going to be wearing anything like this?
Right, right.
Hell no.
So here's one thing that isn't really being talked about. There were audition tapes for this movie. 600 audition tapes for this movie.
That sounds like
That is a lot.
I get my
think
blood
that
boiling for
Sounds
this.
like I'm surprised it's not more, honestly.
Exactly. What is this world coming? It's more. It's around that number. I know for sure.
Well, there is a whole,
It's about getting yourself on TV.
pageant
Yeah.
culture and
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So
It's abuse is what it is.
No,
Child
it's-
abuse.
I mean,
These kids don't know any better.
the kids
don't.
don't come up with this themselves.
They
I
don't.
would think, it
No.
has to come. It has to start from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I think there's a way you could do it and not be a parent that is promoting the wrong kinds of stuff. You
Mhm.
know what I mean?
Agreed. What's your words, Alex? You're holding it in.
Oh, I don't even know what words to say, because it's just like you just hear about sex trafficking and child trafficking and all that stuff, and then you're just gonna put this out there, and kids these days are gonna watch it and say, oh, or they're gonna see things
Well-
like that, and they're just gonna be like, oh, well, if I do that, I can get myself
Wait,
on Netflix.
I think it's less about the trafficking and more about the trying to, maybe you could make an argument, trying to normalize pedophilia.
Agreed.
That too, like I guess that's what I'm kind of trying to say is like, because there's talks that they're trying to make pedophilia
A sexuality and
like that's
a disease. A disease. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
Well,
it's just-
they've
like, it's
already
normal,
they've
it's
already
fine.
passed something in California that
Yes.
makes it okay.
10 years of age from a 14-year-old.
Are you fucking kidding
I'm
me?
not kidding. I think it's 14.
Yep.
Might be 15. No, it's 14. It's 14.
Man, that's a flip the table worthy comment right there.
Yeah.
Like I'm white knuckling it right now.
Yeah. A lot of people are leaving California too. So, I mean, the wildfires are crazy out there. I forgot to talk about that.
Oh, did we not? We didn't talk about that.
We haven't.
No. But
Gender
anyway,
reveal
so
on
do we
that,
want
yeah.
to? We can.
I just thought I had it written down about cuties, and I was like, I think I need to say something about this. Like in this day and age, and it's as trendy as it is, we need to just say, I can't believe this is a
if
thing.
the person that I was using, if he wanted to kill his Netflix, I'd be like, that's fine.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I don't know. Do we even launch Netflix for anything anymore? Really?
We did
No.
watch it on Friday because Knock Around Guys was on it.
Oh.
You don't own that one?
I don't own that one yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're gonna buy
I
that?
probably
What?
will.
How much does it cost over at like?
$5.
$5?
Well, I'll
Blu-ray,
buy it digital. I mean,
Oh.
I'm sure eventually it will be $5 on digital, so I'll just wait.
It's
Yeah.
a 2001 movie.
Man, that really makes me mad.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
does.
So I've just.
I don't even have kids, and it makes me mad.
Right.
I can't imagine what that's like for
Mhm.
people that actually have children.
Yeah. On a lighter note, kind of, Sam Elliott is replacing Adam West as mayor on
On
Family Guy.
Family Guy?
Yep.
Huh.
Sam Elliott's gonna be the mayor.
I'm okay with
That's
that.
pretty close.
I'm okay with that actually.
Well,
I love his
Wait a
voice.
minute. Do you even watch Family Guy?
Yes!
No. Okay. Alex
I do.
is
I
like-
love Family Guy.
Alex, she watches whatever she wants when I stream. So, are you gonna sneeze again?
I don't know what is going on.
I thought you were trying to make a face of what we're talking about. I'm like,
Family Guy.
Family Guy?
Really?
Normally, when a sneeze comes,
Just give him the
and
stink eye.
I'm 3 to 5 sneezes, but it is just.
do you see what his face does? It turns like 10 shades red. Like it blends in with this. And then he goes nice and like white again. And then he's just like.
It's a struggle holding in a sneeze.
I know.
Yeah.
I
It's
do
kind of like
not like.
stopping a pee midstream.
If it's gonna
That's a tough
if
one.
you're gonna sneeze, like I'm very much like I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on a second. I'm not gonna. Oh my god, my nose is itching now. No, if I'm gonna sneeze, I'm gonna go ahead and do it because you know what? It feels really good to do.
I hate sneezing because I'm a violent sneezer.
It hurts my
Oh,
body
I am too.
sometimes.
I mean,
sometimes my bones hurt. I'm like, why did I just do that? My all my nerves went. Huh!
I mean, and the more because I'm a multiple sneezer.
I am.
With
Yeah.
each one, I grow increasingly angry.
Right.
Really? I get like I'm
Damn
like,
it!
no,
Damn it!
no. If I feel another one coming on, I'm like, bring it because it feels good. Like it's an adrenaline rush. To, like get it out.
No, because I don't because it hurts.
It does hurt.
I agree that it hurts, but it's also like it's a relief to get it out. You're like,
Okay.
there, it's out. Man, my nose is itching like crazy now. Thanks, guys. And I'm sweating right now too.
Brent, we have a retail question for you.
Okay.
Oh yes. Oh please, let's talk about this.
So we went to.
All right, so this
Go ahead,
pissed
Alex.
me off.
Alex
Brett,
is mad
this
and
pissed me
she.
off. I've never worked a day in retail in my life, okay? So we went to Target the other day. We're just full of stories this weekend. We
That's
went
good.
to Target the other day, and we're standing in line, right? We've got 2 items. 3 items, okay? So we go through an actual line because someone said, hey, they're quicker checkout here on 4. So we go to 4, and manager comes over as she's checking us out, reaches across, flips her light off, and says, after this, go to lunch. Sounds great. All right, so she's checking us out. In the process of flipping the light off, some lady
It was after the process.
No, sorry. After the process of turning the light off, this lady, and I watch her because Josh is checking out, and I'm just doing my thing looking around, people watching. That's what I do. And this lady turns the cord and goes, oh, her light's off. Takes her basket, because, I've only got 5 or 6 items in here, goes to our lane with the light off and just sets it on the thing. And then we start to walk away. And, of course, like we're walking away, and I'm looking behind, and she just goes, hi, how are you? Blah, blah, starts checking her out and stuff like that. And I looked over at Josh, and I'm like, that lady back there is a bitch. And he's like, what are you talking about? I was like, I watched her. She watched the light turn off.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, I've only got 5 or 6 items. It's okay. And I'm like, that would piss me off.
What did I say, Alex?
You said, you just go ahead and do it because
It's
the
common.
customer's always right.
Yep. It's common.
It
You have to.
happens. It happens all the time.
Mhm.
What it requires is the supervisor over the cashiers
Yes, it
has
does.
to go
Has
to
to
the
see it.
customer and say
Mhm.
she's going on her break, on her lunch, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have to get in another line.
Right.
Yes,
That's-
I know, but
'cause-
that couldn't help
Have,
because
have
she
you seen
wasn't
that?
there.
Have you witnessed that before?
Oh yeah.
I've never witnessed that.
The customer does not care that her light is off. She sees that. Well, you're checking her out. Why can't you check me out?
Oh.
No,
okay.
she was standing in the other line.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And watched the light turn off, and we were leaving.
Yeah,
She's
exactly.
like, "Oh, I'm
Doesn't
just gonna jump in this line because
Because she only has 5 items.
Yeah.
You know.
it's fine. It'll just take two more seconds. I'll just beat into her lunch break. It's
Yeah.
fine.
What? Yeah. Like. So you're mad about that, and I understand your anger.
It's common courtesy. Like nobody has and I've got another story after this.
She didn't want to wait in line.
No.
Yeah, because nobody wants to wait anymore. Nobody has patience anymore.
I don't. I've lost my patience.
You still have more than you
You
think.
know what is a you know what is a
I need to learn.
solution to all this?
What?
Online grocery pickup.
Brett, get away from this table.
Saying.
Okay.
It's 2020 and COVID still hasn't made me do online grocery.
No.
You're gonna beat this crap into my head until you know what? I'm gonna do it on
She almost did it
Sunday.
once,
I'm gonna do it
though.
on Sunday next week, and then we're gonna get on the podcast and be like, Brett, guess what I did?
You know what?
Today?
Why don't we
I
plan
ordered
it?
milk online.
Why don't we just plan it? Why don't we do it? Why don't we just do it? Why don't we just do it?
Because you pay extra to do it.
No,
No,
you
you
don't.
I thought it was like $5 extra to
It's
like.
extra at Kroger, not at my employer.
Oh,
Right.
Unless
I
you
didn't know
get
that.
unless you get delivery or
Right.
express delivery.
okay. Well, I didn't know that.
We can check out.
Yes, you
Kroger's.
did know that. I know
You
I've
looked
said
into
it.
it.
Well, I don't remember because I
Liar.
don't. I don't know. I've got another. I got some more beef.
Okay.
What's your beef?
So I go and I donate at BioLife.
Mhm.
Okay. So Brett, I don't know how it is when you go, but
Well, we don't go to the same location.
no, we don't. So that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know how it is when you go, but when they only allow a certain amount of people in at a time.
Well, I thought so.
Oh, you got some beef too?
Well, I don't know if it's beef, but well, maybe a little bit.
Okay.
So you talk about you, and I'll talk
So
about me.
they've got little numbers. So you walk in and there's the front desk, and they tell you, they scan your forehead and they say, okay, you're good. Go do your.
They check your temperature. They don't,
That's
They
don't
scan your forehead.
You don't have a barcode. Anyway.
Beep. No, this one's checked out.
this one's no good.
This one's no good.
It's a bad egg. I can't believe I said that. Okay, so you go there, they scan your forehead to check your temperature is what I meant to say to finish my sentence. They scan your forehead, check your temperature, and they say, okay, go do your little questionnaire and then go stand in line to get your vitals done. So you go stand in line, to get your vitals done. So because there's social distancing in here, you have a little number to sit on, and it goes all the way up to 17. So you can be number 17 in the line.
Right.
But they have it going all the way around the counter, and then it goes all the way over into the playroom, which they're not using right now, obviously, because of COVID. But the way that they have it lined up in the playroom is it's lined up in a circle with number 17 sitting in the middle of the room.
Okay.
So it's like 10, and then it goes in a circle almost like a clock, and then number 17's in the middle. And then if you come inside and then 17's taken, you have to go wait outside until they flag you to come in. That's how it goes. So, funny thing about it, before I get into the beef, funny thing about it is that we're all standing there, and I'm waiting, and I'm like number 15. So, and then I've never actually seen it all the way up to 17 before. I'm like, oh, I get in here and I'm on 15. I'm like, oh, wow, there's this a long line today. We get in there and it's usually super awkward. Like people are just standing in the playroom, and then we're all quiet because it's COVID, 6
what
people
day
apart.
did you go?
Oh, I don't. This is probably like a Tuesday, I think.
Okay.
I don't know. It was at night. And some guy comes in, like 16 gets filled, and then some guy comes in and goes, well, I guess I stand here. And then we're in the middle of a playroom, or he's in the middle of a playroom. We're all in a circle. He's like, I feel like I should be sitting down and you guys should be doing duck, duck, goose right now. So he just kind of like laughed it off, ha, ha, ha. And then we had like a little chuckle for maybe like 60 seconds. But what really like bugged me, and what I noticed how things have really changed from back when I was growing up, like if that was my parents or our parents standing in line, they'd be making casual conversation, whether we were 6 feet apart or not. But instead, everyone either was looking at their phone or standing quietly.
One day I went, and I was probably, 10 to 12. every single person in line was looking at their phone. I'm like, I'm just gonna not look at my
No,
phone.
I actually make it a point, like,
Now-
until I'm in my chair and I'm hooked up, I don't look at my phone.
I don't want to talk to anybody.
I don't
I
care.
don't
If
wanna
somebody
make
wants, if someone wants to make a
this-
conversation, I'll
I
talk
don't want
to
to
them.
make the conversation, but I'm okay with just standing there waiting,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess people watching.
Mhm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame people for looking at their phone because
It's something to do.
boring,
I mean, back in the day,
Right.
you would sit on a chair and read the paper, or something like that. But
so
like,
that's your beef.
it's my beef because I'm realizing like it's just so weird because the last few times I've gone, I've always ended up in the playroom and it's so silent. Everybody
Yeah.
is seriously look like zombies because they're standing up and their head is just down in their
Yep.
phone. No one is looking at anybody.
People's
and I'm
necks. Oh my
like
god.
I'm
think
just
about the
kind of
neck
I'm just
issue.
kind of like, can someone just say hi or how was your day? Like, how you doing? Like, just some kind of thing to get things started. And what got me like onto this was the guy that was in like his 50s came in and was like
Trying to talk.
actually trying to talk, and I was like, somebody started a conversation and then everything just died. Like, it was just like a ha, ha, ha. Everybody looks at their phone again. I'm like, we can keep this going. I'm like, can we just share some more stories about kindergarten or something? Can we keep this entertaining? Because, I mean, talking kind of helps the time go
So
by.
next time that happens,
It's-
here's a fun fact for you.
Yes.
In Minnesota and also some of the top Midwestern, like South Dakota, North Dakota, Minnesota, it is called Duck, Duck, Grey Duck.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. How's that go?
Duck, duck,
But why is it
Duck.
called gray duck?
duck, duck, grey duck. It's, instead of it calling goose, we said
Why?
it's, I don't know. It's just a Minnesota thing.
So let me talk about.
It's like,
my
you want me to
beef.
tell you duck, duck, grey duck, how it works?
I don't know. I just thought maybe it was different.
So when COVID first started, they legit cut down majorly on the appointment slots.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So now you can't go in there without waiting at least
45 minutes.
5 to 6 people deep. And then
Mm-mm.
for the first time ever, and I've been doing this for 2 years, after I got screened and I was okay, I had to go then get in a line just to wait for a bed.
Oh, I've not had that.
Yeah.
I've not actually had to wait in line for a bed.
I was 6 people deep just waiting. They emptied a bay and their line goes around in the bay
Oh.
because after you get screened, then you got to wait for the bed. And I'm guessing maybe it's because they're understaffed.
Oh, no, they're severely understaffed.
So
Like, back when I went 4 years ago, first started going, like, when they do the vitals, there's probably 10 stands to do vitals. Now they've got 2 people.
They only have two?
They have 2. They've got one person on this side, one person on this side.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And it
that's-
takes 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes a person to prick your finger,
it doesn't
spin
take
it
that
down, do your blood pressure.
Right.
My heart rate's usually high, so I have to go sit for 5 minutes, and I have to go all the way back. And that, like, it takes a long time
I
to
bet
get
it
to a
takes
bed.
about 3 minutes to
5,
screen.
at least 5.
But
God,
what
guys, 2
irritates me
minutes,
about
Jesus.
that is that they did have them at 4 beds per bay, and it used to be 6. Now it's 6 again. They just angle them, so I guess
Mine
that's
are all
supposed to be
angled. Like,
better.
it doesn't look like they've done
But
anything.
if you're legit having issues, cut down on some of the appointment times. Spread
Mhm.
them out more throughout the day.
Right.
So
well, if they do that, they can't make money.
well, you know what?
I'm serious. That's probably what it's all about. If they cut down appointments, that's less money for them.
Well,
That's
I-
less money for us.
I often like to go on my lunch break. I can't be gone for 2.5 hours.
I thought about
you
doing
know?
that. No, it used to take me. I could be in and out in 45 minutes.
Mhm.
In and out. Like, go in, do my vitals. Like, all right, go into bed brown or something. Go in there, get poked, squeeze my hand for 20 minutes, boom, leave.
Do you
I'd
still
be
use
done.
that stress ball I gave you?
It's actually too much.
It's too much?
It's too much. It's actually easier for me to just pump my fist.
Okay.
But no, now it's at least an hour and a half.
Hmm.
At least.
Yeah.
Most I was in there for like 2.5 hours.
Oh, no, you've been gone for a couple hours. You're like, I'm going to go get donated. I guess I'll keep streaming for a couple hours.
Yeah. If I go and donate at 7, I'm not home till after 9.
On Saturday, I went in for an appointment at 10:50. I didn't get into a bed until 11:35, 11:40.
No way.
Yep, it's usually about
Wow.
45 minutes to an hour before I get in. If I go
That's
in and
crazy.
if I'm standing on 15 or anything more than 10, I know it's going to be about 45 minutes before I get into a bed.
Hmm.
And then it's going to be another 5 to 10 minutes before they even get me hooked up
Mm-hmm.
and get to me. So yeah, I mean it's kind of it's a thing.
I know that at my place of employment, there is no attendance policy right now. Basically saying you can call off as much as you want. So maybe they're at experiencing some of the same things.
It's either that or they opened up all the slots and they're just not working
Well,
everybody because of social distancing would be my guess. I who knows? I don't know.
If you're gonna have people in there to do it, you got to have the staff to support it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just a case of if people don't have to work, they won't.
Yeah, right. It's getting kind of
Even
crazy.
though they're not getting paid. Like
No.
in my situation, they might be just burning through their paid time off.
Yeah.
A lot of
But
people are
anyway.
doing that. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's time we get out of here, guys.
I want to tell my shooting story real quick.
You want that as your final
Shooting?
note?
Do you
or
say
no?
shooting story?
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
I guess I can.
No, you can do it now. 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 We got. Yeah. Go ahead.
So
You're fine.
Saturday I went shooting at Cousin Andrew's, and it was probably the last time we'll go shooting this year.
Why didn't you be like, hey, Alex?
It was Saturday evening.
Go ahead.
No.
Oh, it was evening.
Well,
You were
late afternoon.
okay.
I think I got there at like 5.
That'd have been fine.
No. Either way, go ahead.
Make Brett feel worse.
So, he got some tannerite, which I know you're familiar with.
Sure am.
So
Fun stuff.
we shot some pistols, and then we both had our ARs, and I think he put it out about 75 yards, I think, right around there. So he said, okay, we're going to have a little shooting contest. I'm like, okay. He's like, we'll see who can hit it in the least amount of shots. I'm like, well, wait a minute. You have a longer range scope on your rifle. I only have a red dot sight. So my red dot sight is not meant for long distance.
How long does that reach?
Well, it's not a laser. It's just a red dot.
Oh, I
It's
thought
a
you
little
were
light bulb that blinks.
Yes.
He's looking like Popeye over here, trying to hold it in. Popeye,
Okay.
Sailor Man.
So he's like, yeah, you gotta. I mean, it's not a hunting scope. It's not, way out there. He didn't have a major unfair advantage, but he's like, yeah, you're right. But so I'll give you 3 shots for every one of my 1 shot. I'm like, okay, that sounds good. So he lines it up, takes his first shot, and missed. So he takes his second shot, and he hit right under where the target, and it popped it up in the air, but it didn't explode.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes and resets it, nails it on the 3rd shot, kaboom.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh boy. So I get over there, and we both kind of knelt down in the crouched position, had our rifles on the table to stabilize. So I line up, had the red dot right on it, and I try to control my breathing. And you always try to
Hold your breath.
exhale, hold your breath, squeeze the trigger. And I squeezed off the first round, and it went kaboom.
That was your first shot.
First shot.
Oh, we saw the video.
Yeah.
Slow mo.
Cousin Andrew recorded it.
You had like no reaction to it. You're like,
But I was like,
cool guys
You're the
don't look at
cool guy that
explosions.
don't look at explosions.
I was it was pretty happy with that shot because I don't shoot very often, so I'm not a very good shot, but I nailed that one.
That's
So
good.
It was fun.
Well, Alex and I, we haven't gone. Oh my God, we went almost a full podcast, and she just squeaked.
She's squeaking.
Don't do
Well,
it.
she's digging on the blanket
Yeah,
because
she's good.
the bed is gone.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, we have to throw that bet out. So, all right, we're gonna get out of here.
Oh, we got to pick the fan topic.
You want? Well, we announced that when I talked about our stuff.
Oh.
About our social media. So
Okay.
go ahead with your Twitch, Alex.
Oh, okay. So if you like to watch me on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/Q_kitty, KUTE_KITTI. I stream on Saturday, Sunday, and Mondays. Didn't stream today though because
Nymeria.
I was kind of helping take care of my
Any
kitty.
ETA on the gears?
Well, yeah, I mean,
was gonna be today.
Like I said, it was gonna be today, but kind of got my sick kitten on.
We had a life
Today.
to attend to.
Yes, had a life had a life event to attend to.
Oh my God. I
so,
was so scared. This
Oh.
But what?
I know what my final note is.
Okay.
What happened?
Nothing.
I was gonna just tell this story,
Go
but
right ahead, Brett. I'm done.
I was gonna just tell the story, but I'm like, okay, that'll be the final note.
Halfway through her plug.
I apologize.
Dude, just go ahead. I'm interested.
Just go. I'm sorry.
All right. Anyways, Twitch, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, twitch.tv/Q_kitty. Right now, what am I streaming? I don't even
You've
know
been doing
right
Warzone,
now. Halo, Warzone,
Gears.
Gears.
That's about it. We did Left 4 Dead
Left
last
4
week.
Dead last week.
I don't think. Yeah. I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, your battery just died.
Oh,
Your lights went out.
my lights
We have
went
to
out.
charge your
I gotta
headset.
charge my headset now.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't break. I'm scared
Okay.
every time we charge it.
Okay. So, anyways, there you go. I also have a YouTube channel as well, which is youtube.com/cutekitty. Go ahead and check that out for some awesome.
There's gonna be more videos coming up there
content.
soon.
Yes.
More content.
Mhm.
And you had a facelift on your channel. I
I
gave you
did, and it's beautiful.
new cam. Face
yes,
cam looks
new
beautiful.
face cam. It's very pretty.
Yep, I have to edit it, make it a little better, but.
Mhm.
All right, as far as my Twitch goes, if you want to follow me, it is twitch.tv/Mr. L, MASTERL. And as far as my stream times go, you can watch me on Tuesday and Thursday evening and Saturday morning. On Tuesday, I'm actually mixing it up a lot. So Tuesday, I do Fall Guys. Thursday, I do Warzone. And Saturday, I'm supposed to do Paper Mario, but I've been going back to Fall Guys because Fall Guys is legit awesome. And I have 7, 8 crowns on that game, so I'm pretty great at it. Alex, why are you shaking your head?
Because you're a platformer.
I love it.
I thought this game was going to be fun, and
It is-
instead
it's
it pisses
great.
me off.
No, it's great.
If Brett played this game, I'd love to watch you play this
You'd
on
throw your
Twitch. By the
controller.
way, I just, Brett, I might pay you to actually play that on my stream. I'm not joking.
Yeah, Brett, you're getting actually a really
I'm gonna
nice
have
setup. You might actually be able to do it one day.
30 minutes on my stream in my chair as a guest, and you play Fall Guys, and the goal is to not curse or get mad at the game.
Alex has a thing now where if she curses,
that's a new thing because
she can't curse for 30 minutes.
I've got quite a bit of a mouth when I play,
Anything?
shooters. It's just my time to let loose and let some anger out, and which I don't know doesn't bother my streamers, doesn't bother my followers at all.
Mhm.
And so, but Josh, because I think it's funny, they started doing things like, oh well, you know what? I bet you can't curse for 30 minutes, or else you're gonna have to do 5 push-ups or things like that. So they started doing that. So what did Josh do? Is there's these little points that you get for watching your streamers. That every so many minutes you can collect points, and then you can use those points to modify an emo or make them do something. So Josh said for 2,000 points,
I upped it to 20,000
yes,
now.
thank you. For 2,000 points, it comes up. They can redeem that for Cute Kitty can't curse for 30 minutes.
Or
what?
you have to do
Or you have to do squats or push-ups or something
5
like
squats
that.
or 5 push-ups.
5 squats or 5 push-ups. So first stream where he lets that do, I start my stream and I'm 5 minutes in and somebody's already clicking it. I'm like, okay. And then before I get off my stream, I think Josh has enough points to be able to do almost a couple streams of me not doing it.
Yeah, you just get channel points by watching. So
Yeah, so I was like, I thought that was funny.
Yeah. So, make sure you check out my channel. As far as our podcast goes, we thank everyone for joining us on YouTube. Do be sure to hit that like button if you are watching, if you haven't already. And if you are not subscribed to the podcast, please do so. We need to get more subscribers so we can get our freaking URL for YouTube. So make sure you hit the bell to be notified when we're live as well, too. If you want to follow us on social media, we are on Facebook, which is facebook.com/PTOUnlimited. Instagram is PTOUnlimited_podcast. And we are on Twitter, which is @PTOUnlimited. On the apps, you can find us doing the weekly question, which this last week we did, what was your first video game? Alex, you have this week's.
No, not your first video.
First video game you beat.
There you go.
First video game you beat.
What is yours, Alex?
Okay. What was the first major news story you remember as a child?
Ooh, that's a big one.
All right.
That's a big one. First major news story you remember as a child. That's a good one.
Yep.
It's really good.
She found it.
Yeah. Layla's been
Layla.
digging at her toy on the other side. Oh my God. Okay. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it is @Lemke619.
I think the dog's happy that we're getting off the podcast.
I'm gonna steal that thing from her.
You know that you gave that to her.
I did. Are you doing something to her?
He's looking at her.
Just
that's
looking
all.
at her, and she is.
She's not even
going
looking at
off.
me though.
I'm kicking her out.
No, we're getting off.
Okay.
No, just, it's fine. It's fine. Just
Follow me on Twitter @Lemke619.
Brett_wings.
Q_kitty.
She got bored with it. She's walking away.
Brett's final note.
So Saturday night, me and Rick and Patrick played some Gears,
Mm-hmm.
and Patrick and I Rick didn't get on till we were well into it, but Patrick and
I know the story that
had
you're gonna say.
had some drinks,
Mm-hmm.
and we get to wave 46, right? We've never gotten past 46, and we're just killing it. We're gonna beat wave 50. And I paused it to make a drink. Patrick went to the bathroom, vice versa. I don't know. But we waited and we were chatting before we got back into it. And it freaking timed out and went back to the menu. And I'm like, what is going on here? It was paused for less than 5 minutes.
It timed you out.
I could not believe it. I'm like, I've never been timed out on a pause screen on Gears.
Maybe you drank a little
Horde.
too much and you
No,
talked for a little
no,
bit too long.
it wasn't that long. And even if it was, it's not. It's private. It shouldn't time out.
Nope. It's your own server. Why are you smiling,
Because
Alex?
that's funny.
Why is that funny?
Because if I would have been there, it wouldn't have happened.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Sorry, Brad. Sorry you had to do it. Are you holding it in again?
You have to make like a whole compilation of Brett's face in this whole
So
entire
are
YouTube.
you playing Gears like every Sunday night now? Is that your guys' thing?
Well, it was for a while because I was off Mondays,
Mhm.
but I'm not. I wasn't today, so or I was off Sunday.
Yeah.
So we played
Saturday.
But well, because of the time difference with Patrick, so.
Yeah, we played some Warzone instead, and Alex got really pissed off because everyone was yelling at her. But we made it to second place. So.
We did.
All right. Well, we're gonna get on out of here unless you guys have anything else you want to say.
No.
No. All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll catch you next week for episode 226. You guys have a good one.
Bye.
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 Guys.